More than 1000 years ago, an extravagant trade and religious festival was held, once in every 12 years, on the banks of this river. River Bharatapura. The innate nature of the festival, datable at least to the era before the Cheras of Cranganur, around 800 AD, muddled in myths and legends, is still disputed. The Hindu temple associated with the festival was Navamukunda Temple, Tirunavaya. Tirunavaya is known for its ancient Hindu temples. The festival was most flamboyantly celebrated under the auspices and at the expenses of the Hindu chiefs of Calicut and the Zamorans. Apart from the brisk trading, attested by travelers from Arabia, Greece and China, various forms of martial art and intellectual contests, cultural festivals, Hindu ritual ceremonies and folk art performances were held at Tirunavaya. Hindu pilgrims from distant places, trading groups and travelers also leave colorful accounts of Mamankam. The fair was initially conducted by the landlords, led by an executive officer styled the Rakshapurusha, the Great Protector. Each Rakshapurusha was to continue in office only for 3 years. Once some dispute arose as to the selection of the next Great Protector, they travelled and chose one prince, from a kingdom on the east of the Western Ghats. The Brahmins brought a prince to Tirunavaya, placed him on a seat of honour on the banks of this river, and proclaimed him Perumal of Kerala. According to the original engagement with the prince, he was to continue as ruler only for a term of 12 years, at end of which he was to retire into private life, or to leave the country altogether. The coronation of this first king of Kerala took place on Pushya in the month of Magha in Karkitaka Vyazam, and this day in every cycle of Jupiter, thus became important in the history of Kerala, because the reign of each Perumal terminated on that day, as he being elected for 12 years. This event was commemorated with a great feast, at which all Brahmin nobles and the chiefs of Kerala attended. On the 28th day the retiring Perumal appeared before the Brahmin assembly and the laid of the sword of the Perumal, and the assembly declares the throne vacant. Another was then elected and crowned Perumal for another 12 years. This great feast and coronation occurring in Magha month, that month in every Karkitaka Vyazam was known as Mahamagha, or Mamankam in Tamil. Chera Perumals of Cranganur used to preside over the Mamankams. So it seems, at first conducted by the Brahmins, the fair came to be celebrated the aegis of the Chera rulers of Cranganur. Even in latter Zamorans times, the first invitation letter to participate in the Mamankam was addressed to the Pandyas, a reminiscence of the Chera days. Nature of the fair underwent tragic changes after the capture of Tirunavaya by the chief of Kozhikode, the Zamoran, from the Velattiri chief. From that day forth, the Valluvanattu chiefs started to send warriors to kill the Zamoran, who was personally present at the fair with all his kith and kin, and regain the honor of conducting the festival. This led to a long-drawn rivalry and bloodshed between these two clans. Zamoran of Calicut captured Tirunavaya in 1486 AD. The Zamoran took over the Karaima power of Tirunavaya temple, from one of the chieftain of Valluvanad, Karuvayur Musad. During the subsequent Mamankam fairs, all other chiefs of Kerala, including the ruler of Travancore, were obliged to send flags as a symbol of submission to Kozhikode Zamoran. These flags were used to be hoisted at the festival. But the chief of Valluvanattu, who did not recognize the Zamoran as the legitimate great protector but considered him only a usurper, and used to send chavas, suicidal warriors, instead. If these men could kill the Zamoran, who was personally present at the fair and was protected by thousands of his own warriors, the right of great protector would have devolved on the chief of Valluvanattu. These chavas were sworn warriors who preferred death to defeat, and who sacrificed their lives to avenge the death of Valluvanattu clan members in the battles leading to the fall of Tirunavaya. If a warrior was killed in his attempt to kill the Zamoran, it was the duty of the relatives or even the subsequent generations of the deceased to avenge the death. So, most of these chavas had lost their relatives or elders in previous battles with the Samutiri, and were fueled by Kutipaka. They came from various parts of Valluvanattu, assembled at Tirumantamkunnu, modern-day Angadipuram, under Velattiri, and were led by warriors from one of the 4 major Nayar houses of Valluvanattu. In 1755, during Mamankam, a 15-year-old Chava boy, Putumana Kandaru Menon, nearly killed the Zamoran by entering raised platform with sword, but king was saved by the hung lamb. The boy was soon killed. Thereafter, the king decided to halt the festival. The last Mamankam fair was held in 1743, as per William Logan. King of Zamorin stands in the dais, looking west with the unleashed sword he received from Perumul, with Riatruk. You kill and die. The river is on his right. Heavily fenced dais. No suicidal warriors could reach near the king. His bodyguards are standing with lances. This raised platform is situated on the premises of the Kodakkal tile factory. During the Mamankam festival, the king, Zamorin of Kozhikode, used to stand on this raised platform. This Marunnara, or store, was used by the Zamorin to store the explosives for battles. The well, in which the bodies of the dead Valluvanattu warriors were thrown into. By elephants apparently. In 1776, Mysore ruler, Hyderali toppled Zamorin of Calicut from power, making the powerful king mere puppets. Social, political, economic equations of Kerala changed forever. That is the end of Mamankam. That elaborate fair of Fettle